Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another beautiful YAMcast episode.
Yay! This makes what, number 15?
I don't know, I stopped counting.
Oh no, you're supposed to count. This is
Why?
our pride and joy.
Why count?
Because isn't everybody doing it?
No, I don't think so. Do they? Do you always do what other people do?
Maybe, because it's the thing, I guess.
Is it? You're an it girl?
Oh, don't get me started on that. That's just ridiculous.
So welcome back, everybody, to this spooky episode of YAMcast, I guess.
Yay! Wait, I think I said the wrong thing. It's supposed to go, ooh.
Yeah. It was an excited ghost. He was happy. That's fine, right? There's a happy ghost out there. It's like Casper, I guess.
Who hasn't been mentioned since the 90s?
It's not the happy ghost. What is he called?
The friendly ghost.
Ah, the friendly ghost.
Yeah.
Wow, what a forgettable character.
Oh God, you're so awful. Come on now. It was such a great movie.
Was it?
Yeah, at least I thought it was, even though it came out in 95. I remember that. Yeah, I liked it. That's when I had a crush on Christina Ricci.
Is that emo girl?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wednesday as well.
Was she in Beetlejuice?
No. You're thinking of God, what was her name? I'm terrible at remembering people's names. Winona Ryder.
Oh.
She was in that one.
Winona Ryder. Anyway, welcome back to YAMcast. Today, we are going to be talking about a slew of scary things. This may or may not come out in October. We don't know yet. But it's still going to be very spooky.
It better come out.
Spooky.
Ooh.
We can just have randomly scary things. People do scary shit all the time, right?
Well, what's your definition of scary, though? Because it can be different kinds. We can talk about ghosts like we did before. Talking about the undead. We can talk about, just a number of things. And there is one thing I would say, but...
Slay, octe, baute, aim, gay, idio, yay.
Jesus. Is that the new thing now to say? Yeah?
No. I liked your idea that you came up with a while ago, or maybe not a while ago, but a couple of moments ago, of a scary video game. Boo! What is your favorite scary game, and why is it your favorite scary game?
Man, see, I didn't have time, to do this because I know you're laughing because of my fat list.
I couldn't narrow it down to just one. That's like fully what I was expecting to hear.
It really is. You know me. It's hard for me to do lists. Like, I have this favorite. So, like today, I can give you my favorite horror game, but that could easily change.
Then do it for today.
It really can. Just do it for today. Today's.
Yes. What is today's favorite horror game?
Oh, we're going to have a little segment for my favorite whatever, I guess. Are we going to have to do that?
Another?
That could potentially change. Okay, so the one thing I can say that for now, my favorite horror game that I always enjoy, and I think I always will, is Resident Evil 3.
Resident Evil.
That is a favorite game of mine, only because there was a time when I was hanging out with a few of my cousins. Long time ago. It was released September the 22nd, 1999.
1999?
1999. And I think I remember this because it was that October, the month after it was released, one of my cousins was playing it. And the way the house was set up at the time, that the house they lived in, we were like in the back corner of the house. And the oldest, because there was three of them, but the oldest, he stayed in the back room that was close to the back door that led into the backyard. And if I remember correctly, I think we were the only ones in the house at the time. And we knew this was a scary game. And so to kind of get in the mood, we turned the lights off. The only thing that lit up the room was the TV, right? So he's playing the game. His two younger siblings and myself, we're sitting there watching him play this game. And I'm pretty sure my uncle and my aunt were gone. They left to go to a party or do something. I forgot. They were going to be gone.
They went to go party?
Right. They were going to be gone a while. I could be wrong. I really don't remember.
I like it.
Right. So they were like, here's some popcorn, here's some pizza, y'all have fun. Y'all going to be playing up.
Don't call us.
Yeah, pretty much. Right. Oh God, it's scary already. The beginning of a horror movie, right? Don't call us. That's how it starts, right?
Don't call us, kids. Run to the neighbor's house.
I forgot what part of the game he was at. It was really scary, but we all heard a noise from somewhere within the house, like somebody knocked over something. And as soon as that happened, he paused the game, and I just remember all of us looking at each other like, did you hear that? You go check it out. Like, all of us were like too chicken shit to be like, you go check it out. No, you go check it out. I'm like, go check it out. So we look at the older brother. I'm looking at him like, you go check it out. You're the oldest.
You're the oldest.
And I forgot what it ended up being, but man, as a kid, I was, God, how old was I? I was 12 at the time, and man, I just remember being so scared. It was such a scary moment. I'm just like, we're playing a scary game. Something weird happened in the house. We don't know what happened. I think he ended up going investigating and checking it out, and we're all kind of just like we have the door open, kind of peeking around, because his room, as soon as you open the door to the left, immediately is the door to the backyard. But if you go straight, you end up in the kitchen first. So we're just kind of peering around the door from inside his room, just looking over like, oh my God, what if there's a killer inside the house? Huh?
So the kitchen leads to, you go outside to the left and that goes right outside?
Right. It went outside to the backyard.
Oh shit.
And then, right, exactly. And then if you go straight, it led right into the kitchen. I just remember being so scared, but it ended up being nothing. Like, something must have just like tipped over in the kitchen or something. I forgot, but it was a very scary moment though. And I do remember playing Resident Evil 3 by myself later on. And hell, I even played the remake that they made when it came out on the PS4 or no, yeah, PS4, PS5. Yeah. And that was fun. I had a lot of fun because it brought back memories, and to me, nostalgic. I think it really is very nostalgic, and it holds a very special place in my heart. So I will say, for now, number one, the trophy goes to Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, the original on the PS1.
Cough clap. Woo,
yay, I picked one. Shut up. But no, there's tons of scary games I've played. The one game that I will say that I was very disappointed that I wish ended up being a game that teased every single fan was PT back in 2014. My God. Talk about a tease and a complete disappointment. I loved it. I remember playing that demo over and over and over. I'm like, man, this. I can't wait for this to come out. It's going to be such a great game just for it to be canceled.
It was a game changer. But like literally after PT, all these indie devs just they all copied the fucking style.
Yeah.
We have so many PT ho-hoys now.
But I loved it though, and I'm also a huge fan of the Silent Hill franchise. Huge fan. In fact, I think the first Silent Hill game I ever played was on the PS2. What was it? Silent Hill 4, The Room. I remember playing the demo, and I'm like, I gotta buy this game. This is a phenomenal game, and I ended up buying the game. In fact, damn, I must have lost it. I was looking back at my collection behind me, and I'm like, I see my PS2 games, but it's not there. It must have been one of the many games that was stolen from me a long time ago, but
God damn it.
Yeah, man.
You always make me so sad when you remember that the fucking shit got stolen from you.
Yeah, that was, and again, I'll edit this part out, but when I came back, and it was such a weird thing, of course, I was young and stupid. I had no idea. I literally packed my life with me and had it shipped to me. And by that, I had a shitload of DVDs that I shipped. Like at least 2 or 3 fucking containers full of movies and video games. And they were all gone when I came back. I was so pissed. God, I was so pissed.
There goes Resident Evil, Silent Hill.
There goes Silent Hill, The Room. Yeah, always will remember it though. Always, always, always. It's not like I can't get the You remember that? Oh God, no. Shut up, Sarah McLachlan. No.
Rest in peace, Coco's Coffee.
But what about you? What is your favorite?
So
if you even like it.
This is a bit rough because I haven't really played much, but the ones that I have, I've really enjoyed. I don't know whether to go with like the first one, which is kind of not super scary, but it's a little, it's like a thriller, or like the one that probably scared me the most, or the one that I had most fun in. Decisions, but damn. I'm going to have to go with the one that popped in my head first, which I feel like is doing a real big disservice to the other ones that I wanted to talk about. But the first one that popped in my head was Dead Space.
Ooh.
You ever play Dead Space?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, the first one. I haven't played the second one or the third one or any of the things that they probably made after that. Wasn't there like a multiplayer one where it was like an online shooting, like third-person shooting kind of thing?
I feel like there was, but that was such a letdown from what I read in reviews.
Yeah. For some reason, every video game around that time wanted to have like this stupid online shooter. I think BioShock did too.
Yeah.
And didn't Mass Effect too?
Yeah. I'm trying to
why
think.
Why did those games... Okay, well, I don't know why those games needed that, but anyway. Dead Space was so cool. I thought it was so scary. Being, the way it resolves too. Oh my God, dude. Do you remember the ending of Dead Space? I don't want to spoil it.
I mean, vaguely, because again, when it came out at the time, I played it. But after that, I didn't play it. In fact, I'm looking back at my PS3 collection, and I have the first 2 games. I remember that much. I played the first one, but I never played the second one. And it was scary as shit. Don't get me wrong. That was a really scary game that I played.
It being pretty violent too.
Oh yeah.
You could, like, pick off people's body parts and like throw that shit back at them. That shit was fucking dope. You get the stomp too, the curve stomp. There's a whole button to curve stomp.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of Doom. When Doom was remade, you can do the same thing. All the gory stuff that you could do.
I don't remember. Oh man, dude, there's like some 0G moments where you have to like time it perfectly, and I don't remember how many times I got shredded to fucking cheese trying to do that bullshit. And it's always so quiet when you're in space too, because it's the vacuum of space. It's just dying out there sucked. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like the atmosphere was really well. It was very dark. You're on this thing trying to figure out what's going on, and then you become part of it too. All this story that's unraveling. Great game, I think. And it's fun. You get to upgrade your shit, then you feel like a god, and you get a fucking curb stop button. Do I need to mention that?
So, did you actually ever did you play that on console or PC?
It was on console.
You played that on console. Okay. Did you play any scary games on PC ever at any point ever in your life?
Yeah.
But not as memorable as Dead Space.
It was like this is like Five Nights at Freddy's and shit like that. I think I kind of know what you're hinting at. Are you talking about like a ROM hack, maybe like Sonic EXE or something?
No, not quite. I'm not going down that route.
Down that rabbit hole.
No, I know what you're thinking about, but no, I wasn't going to ask about that. But yeah, you basically said one of the many scary games that's on PC that is well known. Five Nights at Freddy's, which also either has a movie out already or will come out. I think.
Yeah, they're making it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to do that well. But that's just me. That's just my opinion.
I thought it was a very good opportunity to incorporate animatronics in the movies again.
Ooh, very true.
Yeah, it could have been a good use for practical effects, but I think they did CGI though. which is unfortunate because, I mean, I don't follow Freddy's or anything, but I've seen some of the cosplayers out there, and these fucking suits they make look scary as fuck. There was some guy who goes to a con around here, and he like takes pictures in alleys and shit, and that shit's so fucking scary.
You might have to find a picture of that or a video.
Yeah, I might have to pull it up. If I find it, I'll show it. But I remember seeing the trailer, and I was like, is that CGI? It looks like CGI. It'd have been a good, a good opportunity. You have all the realism of the animatronics there, and people are still fucking... It's just something that's naturally scary to people. Animatronics. Same thing with, like, kind of clowns, dude. There's people that are just freaked out of clowns. You don't have to try that hard. Just throw a clown in there.
Oh, Jesus. It's not Pennywise. But another game that I was thinking about, PC, well known on PC, Amnesia.
Oh, yeah.
I played a little bit of Amnesia a long time ago, like in 2012, 13-ish.
Back when it was popular?
Yeah, exactly. Because it came out in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, Amnesia: The Dark Descent came out in 2010, and I don't think I played it until 2012, 13, give or take. And it was pretty good.
There's a new one coming out, isn't there?
I think so. Hell, they even made it in. They put it on console too, if I'm not mistaken. I think I have it on PlayStation. I think
there was a lot of crazy like custom maps too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I think the only YouTubers that really made it popular was like PewDiePie, Markiplier, all of them back then. Yeah, they made it popular.
Because I remember seeing one of the custom maps, and then that's how I got into Amnesia and all that other shit. I was like, whoa, look at all this shit.
And then there was another game that I kind of got the wife into that I played the first one, never played the others. Granny. That was actually pretty good.
What's Granny?
Granny
was scary.
I know it was scary, but it got a lot, like on Steam. It got a 9 out of 10. Got a lot of great reviews, and I'm trying to see when it was originally released. November 24th, 2017. So you're basically stuck in this house with this creepy ass old lady that you have to escape from. And, as you're trying to escape, if you get caught, you get, I think, 3-4 chances, if I'm not mistaken, before you lose the game. But the whole point of the game is you have to escape Granny. You have to escape the house because you get kidnapped. Now the whole point is just to get away from her, to escape the house that she trapped you in. And then the second one, it has Granny as usual, as the name of the game says. But there's also a grandfather. So in part 2, you have 2 people you have to escape from. You kind of have to get away from in order to escape the house. It's a lot of sneaking around unless you just want to. Huh?
Is it like a neighbor type game?
Kind of. I know exact. Hello Neighbor? Yeah.
Yeah.
Although you're not trapped in a house in Hello Neighbor, because you're like in your own house, right? You're trying to figure out like, hey, what's going on? You're going inside his house.
Yeah, and you can go across the street.
But in Granny, you're already in the house. You're just trying to escape. That's it. Yeah. I got her into that by watching other YouTubers play it on YouTube. I came across a video of this other streamer that plays Phasmo. That's another actually good one. So I would say for now, I would have to say for console, Resident Evil 3 is my favorite. But for PC, Phasmophobia is my favorite.
Phasmophobia.
I think that's a good game. They're still doing a lot of updates. I haven't played it in a while, but I think that's a pretty good game.
Like I said, I was kind of scared from video games for a while, but I think the first one that actually kind of got me into like the horror aspects of games, I gotta say, was BioShock. You remember BioShock?
Never played it, actually.
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah.
The first one was, like, a little creepy, and then I feel like the other ones kind of just focused more on the gameplay and the action. Kind of trailed off from there. But that first one, the atmosphere of it, you're, like, in this underwater place that was supposed to be, like, in the 50s or something like that. And everybody's around doing these drugs that can, like, give you superpowers and shit. It's a good time. Man.
So I didn't know that was considered as a horror game, though. That's crazy.
I would put it like mild horror. It's not super scary, but the atmosphere about it. But it was just so fun going through it that it kind of like, I don't know, it made it less scary, I guess you can say. And ever since then, I've been just bouncing from one game to the next. Yeah,
because if you Google scary video games, oddly enough, BioShock pops up.
Probably just the first one.
Yeah, only the first one. I know another PC game that was so popular and quote unquote scary back then, like early 2000, like one of the early 2010s, was Slender.
Oh yeah.
I remember that being kind of the game to play too, but that kind of died out real quick.
Yes, as soon as that one person turned the brightness all the way up and everybody saw the video, I feel like everybody was just like, oh, this is actually kind of lame. But there's been like countless remakes of it and shit, right? They had a movie too.
Did they really have a movie?
Yeah, and there was that murder. There's those two kids who were like...
Oh, no. That girl survived, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that attempt at murder, I guess you could say. But
still very awful.
Man,
yeah.
That sucks. Like, can you imagine if kids were doing that around, like, nowadays? Fucking Freddy Fazbear. Freddy told me to stab her.
Jesus.
Oh my
it's
God.
Fucking awful.
There's a lot of mascot horror games now, now that I think about it.
And by mascot, what do you mean, like...
You get your big, iconic character, but it's still spooky, like that puppet one. I don't remember his name. I think it's like Pally or something, or Buddy. And then you got Freddy, of course.
Chucky, you mean?
No. No. There's a new one. Poppy's Playtime.
Oh, that one. Never played it, but I've seen videos. Yeah.
This seems like it's got some pretty interesting gameplay. At least it's trying to strive from the routine formula of PT horror ways.
Yeah, there's so many scary video games. I can just imagine that a lot of people have.
There is. But I want you to... Okay, Coco. I want you to close your eyes.
Oh, God. Here we go again. Not this again. No.
Same, Mama Saw. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. I want you to reach deep into the deep gray matters of Coco's brain. Dig around in there.
Okay.
The first time you were ever scared of a video game. You got it right there. I know you think of it. You thought of it. Pull it out. Go to the front. Tell us all, Coco. What is it?
First.
Oh.
Oh, it was an arcade.
It doesn't have to be scary. It could be anything.
No. Like the first, not that you put it that way. I mean, the first video game that scared me.
And it doesn't have to be scary. It could be anything. Just the first time you were ever scared of a video game. Do you want me to go first?
Go first. I'm still thinking, but yeah.
Okay. So the year is way back when. Who knows? The Nintendo 64 is fucking hype.
Oh my God.
I am still a wee lad. Family, our situation, we were kind of poor, but my mom would rent me video games from a little place called Blockbuster.
Yeah, baby.
Don't know what it is? Look it up. Anyway.
It makes me feel so bad and old. Aww.
Anyway, she sees this she sees this dinosaur on the cover on one of these games. She says, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to get this one. She rents it and she takes it back to me. Now, this was an M-rated game. This was my first, I think it was an M-rated game. Maybe I need to double check that. But I remember it kind of being my first M-rated game. And the game was Turok. You know Turok?
Hell yeah.
It's just like this chill game where you're like shooting dinosaurs or something, right? It's not super scary at all, right? But I got to the part, and I want to say it was not even that far. It was probably the second level or something. But you have to go under the water. And the music would change when you went underwater. And like you'd have to like swim under and like get into like this cave area or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the music would change. And I remember seeing like on the back of the cover or the back of the box that there's these terrifying like underwater dinosaurs. And I was like, there's no way in fuck I am swimming under this stupid fucking water. So like I went under the water a little bit and I would like freak out that I saw like a shadow or like heard the music change or something. So I'd like back out and that was it. That's as far as I got in that game. We returned it. I was done. I never passed the water. I shot like maybe 3 dinosaurs. But that was the first time I was ever really scared of a video game.
See, I'm trying to remember.
Do you hear those kids out there? So
Yeah.
loud, so loud.
Oh my god. It's like, what's that time when you were at your other apartment?
Yeah, those fucking.
You hear those kids?
Trying to record and they're out there screaming like disgusting rats.
Okay. That's what it was. Okay. So here we go. The very first game that ever scared me, and I'm pretty sure there were games before this, and this was back in 96. It was an arcade game that scared the hell out of me as a kid, but I still played the game. Like I still played it. It was scary, but I loved it. And that was The House of the Dead.
Yes.
That scared the shit out of me. Arcade game. Now, console at home, playing at home. Same thing just like you. The memories, the nostalgia. Go on the Blockbuster. Can you smell it? Can you smell the store?
It's got that smell.
It's got that smell. Very distinct, right?
Oh, man. If you don't know, you don't know. But
oh my god, you are not living life. You never lived life. But no, that was great. Those were great times. The weekend came. Let's go rent a movie. Let's go rent a video game. Hell yeah. Rent it for a couple of nights. You're good. And if you like the game so much, then you go to Walmart or wherever, buy the game, and now it's yours.
Or beat it in the rental period. If you're a true boss.
Oh, gee. Well, no, exactly. And that's what we did. That's what we had to do. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So, and the crazy thing is, I never played the whole game. I played the demo of this game on the PlayStation 1. This was back in 97.
You had a lot of demos.
That's how a lot of it started. I mean, it was between demos and renting. If you think about it, renting is more so like a damn demo, if you think about it, kind of. Because if you only rent it for one night, it's like, oh, damn, I got to play as much as I can.
I remember they used to give those demos out like in the cereal things too, right?
In the cereals, absolutely. When you buy the console too, they give you a demo disc.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did that for the PS1. And I want to say, yep, even the PS2. They did it for the PS2 as well. After that, it was just, it was no point. But the console game that really scared the hell out of me, it was a video game where you were underwater, and it was called Treasures of the Deep. Just like Subnautica, you don't know what's out in the deep ocean. It was so fucking creepy, and I remember playing that and being so terrified. I played it at night, of all things, and I'm just sitting there like, oh man, you see out in the distance, it's just black, it's just dark. You're like, man, I'm gonna go over there. And these fucking gigantic fucking sea creatures, oh man, it was so creepy. It was so terrifying. It was a good game though. It was a good demo, and I really wanted to actually buy the game, but never did. But it was a really good game. But yeah,
I never heard of it. You said it was for the PlayStation?
Yeah, it was for the PS1. And all you're doing is like, that's the title of the name says, Treasures of the Deep. You're this diver, and you're exploring the vast, miles and miles of the ocean to the deepest parts of the ocean and looking for treasure. Yeah,
That sounds. So, was it 3D? Because.
Oh yeah. So you're a player that controls an underwater explorer who scours deep sea environments around the world for treasure and scuba gear and submersibles, while undertaking various missions and fending off hostile pirates and sea life. And that's a crazy thing. Oh, that's true.
On the box?
Huh?
Did you read that off the box?
No, I'm reading it off about the game. So I do remember fighting off like the pirates, like other like people in the game. And that does make sense. They're pirates as well, trying to get the same treasure, but you have to get it before them. Or they're trying to kill you, and of course all the sea creatures too, the sharks and all these other gigantic serpents and whatnot. It was creepy.
I had this other game that freaked me out, but it wasn't supposed to be scary. I think I was just too young. I was over at my friend's house, and I think it was his birthday a couple days ago, so he got a new video game, and he ended up getting Max Payne.
Oh.
Yeah, I was a bit too young though, and like I don't know if you know the beginning of that game. The whole game is kind of fucked though, now that I think about it. But the beginning, he like comes back home and like there's just these people in there and they're low poly and they didn't even model the shoes. They're like barefoot for some reason. At least that's how I remember it in my head, because it's that burnt in there. They're fucking barefoot and they fucking murder his wife and his kid, and then it shows like this high-res picture of them on the loading screen. And I was like so freaked out, but I was like, I can't believe they killed his kid and his wife, you know, it's so sad. And, oh man. That game was just that game got real like creepy towards the end, right? Like you take drugs and then you're like in this maze following your baby crying or some shit. Definitely not a game for kids. I don't think you should give that to kids. Although the like slow-mo shoot, like that shit was dope. Like you do the slow-mo bullet. I guess it was bullet time. Was it one of the first ones? Probably not. But that shit was fucking cool. The dead baby and the dead wife was not cool. I did not.
Oh my god, Jesus! I mentioned about the arcade and console, and now thinking about it, I think the first PC game that was quote unquote scary to me back then was Doom.
Doom.
I thought that was actually pretty scary. You know, that came out in '93, and shit, how old was I? Like 6, 7 around the time when that game came out.
70.
I thought that was actually pretty scary.
Didn't they have the creators like head in that game? It's like somewhere behind like a hidden wall, and it's just like a decapitated head.
No, I didn't know that actually. Maybe. I mean, seems like you read about that somewhere.
Yeah, because I didn't play the game. I was too young. I wasn't born.
I mean, you can still play it now. But yeah, there is one game. And it was scary, although I think when they made the second, and I want to say there was a third game, I would have to look it up, that didn't do so well as the first, was Dino Crisis.
Oh, you and your Dino Crisis.
I love that. It was scary too with the dinosaurs and shit, because I was a huge fan when it back in the day. So it came out in '99, right? And I loved like watching Jurassic Park, anything with dinosaurs. I loved it. That was the biggest thing. But I would have to say that was probably one of the very few games, and that's kind of sad to say, very few games that I've actually completed from start to finish.
Okay. Wait. Which one? Both of them?
No, just the first one. I never played the sequels. I think I still have the original when I bought Dino Crisis, or I'm sorry, when my dad bought me Dino Crisis. I think I still have that disc around here somewhere. But yeah,
I think I saw you pull it out. Wow, that's crazy.
That's one of the very few games that I've actually beaten on the PlayStation. Well, on the PS1, I should say, because I think it was between that, Crash Bandicoot. In fact, the first two Crash Bandicoot games that came out on the PS1, I beat. Dino Crisis, and I want to say there might be a few others, but Dino Crisis, I would have to say, is by far my favorite PS1 game that I really enjoyed. It had a lot of puzzles in it. It was challenging to me at the time as a kid. It was really fun though, and the biggest thing, the fact that there were dinosaurs who were trying to fucking kill you, and I was like, man, this is fucking creepy. But over time, even up until now, you still have a lot of fans who want a remake. I'm sitting here like, man, if they do a remake, that hopefully it'll be phenomenal. It'll be great. But I think the creators came out and officially said, yeah, we're not going to do a remake. So
they said we're not going to do a remake.
Yeah, it just like they shut it down. Like, no, we're not doing this. All right, like get over it. He
opened his door from his house with his like two like fucking kids and his wife. I'm not going back to the studio, guys. There's no fucking remake. And he closes the door.
Flip everybody off and just go back inside.
All the fans outside, like, oh, all the 3 fans of Dino Crisis.
Three fans? Fuck off.
I feel like I've heard not so positive things about the sequels of Dino Crisis.
Oh hell no, they did terror. It was awful. Because I think
bad.
Yeah, in fact, now thinking about it, I believe they did do a third game, but it was Oh, excuse me. It was exclusive only to the Xbox. And that did so bad.
Oh, poor Dino Crisis.
Yeah, no shit.
I mentioned Turok, which has dinosaurs. You mentioned Dino Crisis, which has dinosaurs. I just thought of another dinosaur, quote, quote, dinosaur game that traumatized me as a kid.
Oh, no.
It was it Super Mario World 2? Or is it Super Mario Island 2? It's the one where you're a baby and you're on Yoshi's back. And when you get hurt, Mario flies up into a bubble and he just cries. And if you can't get to Mario within like 10 seconds, the fucking Child Protective Services comes and they take him away.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and the whole time he's just crying. He's just, ah, 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 and it's so fucking loud too. And you're like freaking out. You're like, I need to get the baby back. But if you don't, like I said, if you don't get him back, like the little, I think they're called paratroopers. No, they're not paratroopers. I don't know what the fuck. It's like Kamek, but they're wearing the stupid fucking propeller hat for some reason. They like go and they steal Mario and they just fly off with him, and that's it. You don't got Mario no more. It's game's over.
Jesus Christ.
It's just something like so dumb as that. I don't know. I just remember like it's sticking out in my head. Oh man. What about commercials? Was there any commercial that would just randomly come on and just scare the fuck out of you?
Oh, dude. No, not that I can recall. No.
Man. I feel like there was one, and I think it was for a scary movie, but I don't remember which one. But I remember I would like run up to the TV and like I would mute it so I wouldn't have to hear it.
Did you read any scary books as a kid growing up?
I didn't really like reading. But I remember Goosebumps books existing.
you knew they existed. Wow.
I read Dracula.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was probably the only, like, I guess you could say scary. I mean, unless you count like Lemony Snicket's, it's not really scary. It's kind of like, well, not really horror aspect. It's more thriller.
You know, what's funny is for someone as superstitious as I am, and that's not saying a lot because I am superstitious, but like not overly superstitious. But again, for someone who's superstitious and scared of a lot of things, like I don't like houses with basements. It maybe because I watch too many scary movies, TV shows, or whatever, and even dealing with attics. So I like to this day, I'll still watch scary movies, scary TV shows, play scary games, read scary stories, and go to haunted houses and do all these other things. And like, I don't know what it is, but I like it. It's scary, but I like it. I like the thrill. But as a kid, I read Goosebump books, and most importantly, scary stories to tell in the dark. That was phenomenal. I loved it. I don't know what it was. It was creepy as hell, but I loved reading those books.
It was made by a dentist, right?
I think, maybe.
Dentists are just really good at like scaring kids, I guess. Just fucking traumatizing kids. I never got to. I feel like I said this already. I never got to read the book, but I remember watching the movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like the movie was pretty effective, even though it was for like, I feel like it was for a younger audience, but it was still really effective.
And that's the crazy thing for a lot of fans, a lot of people like myself who read the books back in the day. I think it did well. It wasn't great. There's a lot of things they could have done better. But overall, I'll have to say the movie was good. I was impressed. I was happy. I was impressed, but it could have been better.
What would you rate it out of 10?
I know you hate
7?
that. Yes. Yeah, you stole it. Yep. 7. I rated give it a 7 out of 10. Yep. Like I say, I thought it was good.
I remember watching the Goosebumps TV shows and being scared of the Are You Afraid of the Dark TV show.
Hell yeah. I was going to say that. Are You Afraid of the Dark? There was this whole fandom, right? The fans of both shows. I feel like I'm in the gray area because I loved both of the shows. Both Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps. But yet you have all these fans out there saying, no, Goosebumps was better. No, Are You Afraid of the Dark was better. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, can we just all be friends? Can we just all be friends?
Can we all just be friends?
Stupid. just kind of sitting there looking both ways, like, no, I don't like this. Can we just be friends? Can we just agree and say they're both good?
Are You Afraid of the Dark was definitely more scary, in my opinion. That shit was fucking. I saw one episode and it was like, I feel like I said this in a podcast already. I don't know, man, but I feel like I saw one episode and it dealt with like some guy who like fell in a pool or some shit, and he was like all waterlogged and like his body was like falling apart and it was like all red and disgusting, dude. It was like, I don't know, it was just so terrifying. The way it looked, that I was just like, I can't, I'm going back to Goosebumps where the silly clown like wants to smoke or some bullshit.
Oh, I remember that episode. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's just so. Goosebumps was more tame in my opinion. I wonder if we could find a picture of it. If I find one, I'll show you. Are You Afraid of the Dark water monster or something like that? He's all red. It's like a skeleton. He's got like fucking balding, like weird hair that's fallen off and shit. It looks like somebody threw a corpse in the fucking river for like 3 days and like fished it out or something. It was nasty.
I think they're at one point Netflix actually had all the episodes for Goosebumps, but then they got rid of it. So now I want to say that they re-released it. So now it's on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Really?
Yes. And what's crazy is that I want to say they are re-releasing Goosebumps. Or not re-releasing. Not only that, but
Making another movie?
no, they're making a series, actually. They're remaking a lot of stuff, or they're rebooting it. And it's going to have, God, what's his name? Justin Long. Justin Long is going to be in there. I'm not sure if you actually ever...
No, I don't know who that is.
If you've seen Dodgeball, he was in...
Yeah, Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Who's he in Dodgeball?
Justin. This is his name.
He was himself?
The character wasn't like, well, not himself, but I guess...
Let me just look up who Justin Long is.
Yeah, just look him up. Yeah, once you see his picture, you'll know who he is. I like the guy. I like the actor.
Ah, okay. He was the nerdy guy, right? In Dodgeball.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of movies. The first movie I remember him playing in was Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, shit, dude. Jeepers Creepers? That shit scared me. I never finished it.
Are you serious? Why?
Yeah, but I could, because it was scary. I was a kid, dude. You came out so many years ago, so I was like fucking 2.
Fucking man up.
I was 2. But I remember. So I'm trying to tell you what I remember from it. It's probably from the second movie or the third movie. I don't know which one. But they're all in the bus, and like he throws like a belly button shuriken at them or something.
Oh, that was the second one.
He throws it at the tire, and everybody's like just pissing. And I was like, I can't watch this shit. I know what this is. This is Jeepers Creepers. And that's all I know of the movie.
Jesus.
The stupid belly button shuriken. Everybody was pissing on the side of the road. And that made me scared for every time we went like far while we were like competing in athletics. Like if we had to drive the next town for like a track meet or something, I'd be like, God, please don't let a belly button shuriken hit the fucking tire.
Oh man, that's funny. But no, yeah, he's gonna be doing Goosebumps, and it's gonna come out here pretty soon, I want to say.
So there's a Goosebumps universe now? Because I remember that I heard that they were making a new movie, and everybody's like, didn't they just make one with Jack Black? And everybody's
well, it's not a movie. This says season 1. This is gonna be a show.
So it's a series.
It's going to be a series, which I think is better. When I saw that they made the movie with Jack Black, I was just like, oh, come on. And it was cute, I guess you could say, it was like a very kid movie. It really was.
You watched it?
Huh?
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it. I was
curious. If you had
curious.
to rate it out of 10, what would you give it? A 7?
Give it a 5. It was mid.
5?
Yeah. It wasn't because the fact that it was Jack Black. I like Jack Black. Because I know I've given shit about him already.
Yeah, I like Jack Black.
I like him. I really do. But the thing is that they made it a movie. I feel like if they were to do that And if it wasn't Justin Long, or between him and Jack Black, or hell, both, I don't know. I don't care. I think it would do I think it's doing better as a series, just like it did back then, and like they're going to continue doing now. I think it's going to do better.
Well,
as a series, not a movie.
Is it like a continuation series? Like, does one episode pick off where the other one ends, or is it just going to be like back in the days where it's just like a bunch of random stories?
I feel like it's all going to connect somehow.
It's the Goosebumps metaverse.
And I could be wrong, because Are You Afraid of the Dark did the same exact thing back then when they re-released it. And it was good.
Did they?
I watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and it seemed like it was think of like American Horror Story, but not quite as adult-ish and, you know, bloody and all that. It kept me interested, but I never finished it. I never watched any more episodes. I need to. In fact, yeah, it came out. They re-released it in 2019. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Wait, what? 2019?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Do you remember any episodes that scared you specifically, or particularly
from any of the series?
From Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Not that I can remember from Are You Afraid of the Dark? No.
Any from Goosebumps?
The one that kind of creeped me out was I forgot the name of the episode, but it was like a werewolf, and I thought that was actually pretty cool. It was pretty freaky. No, not that one. The Haunted Mask.
The one where that chick wants to just scare people, and so she puts on that mask, and then she gets cursed to wear it forever.
Yep. That was pretty creepy.
That poor little girl.
Poor little
stupid.
And in fact, I think I don't know. I'm gonna have to look around. I feel like I still have the VHS of that movie.
Oh my god.
I thought it was a movie, but I think they kept it as just
the VHS of it?
Yes.
Did you record it?
No, they sold it. It was like the episode by itself. Yeah.
I used to have a VHS of actually, I don't even remember. I used to have a VHS of Harry Potter. I know that for sure. I watched the fuck out of that thing.
Damn, you can actually see some full episodes from Are You Afraid of the Dark, the ones they re-released back in 2019. Wow, that's crazy. This one looks pretty creepy. Curse of the Shadows.
Oh my god. It's still scary. Holy shit. I just looked at the thing that I was scared of. It's called Dead Man's Float.
I think I want to say I remember seeing a video like top 10 something or whatever when they talk about Are You Afraid of the Dark, and that was one of the top 3 nightmare fueled episodes from Are You Afraid of the Dark that a lot of people
yeah, I fucking hit it. That was the one that I watched. I fucking hit it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today, beautiful people. If you have any video game that you remember traumatizing you, whether it be super scary or not, you could leave it down in the comments, because I really want to check that out. Was it something as scary as having your child taken away by, you know, the Mario Kingdom's child protection services? Or was it something completely terrifying, like, you know, Dead Man's Float in video game form?
So just be sure to smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you won't miss any of our uploads.
Or do.
Maybe. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
It's your
everybody.
choice.
It's your choice. All right.
Bye.
See you next time. Bye.
Spooky. Don't get scared. Here's a jump scare. Here's a little one. It's a little scary. It's a little scary ghost.
Boop.